we can finish it again. If something happens, don't worry about it. We're having quite a storm here in Lewiston. Okay, let me get rid of this screen, and we'll talk to you. Today we're going to take a look at another tool, another app on the Microsoft Office 365 tools, apps, and is just in case you weren't here, or as a reminder, you can get into your account by going to login.microsoftonline.com, or if you forget that, which is easy enough to do, you can just go to the Technology Resources for Teachers. It's under Staff, Technology Resources for Teachers. Go to the Office 365 resources, and it's right here. You can click on it. That's a link. We recommend, as Roger and I do, that you put it up here, and that's easily enough. Once you're at one of these things, just copy this and paste it right in here, and that'll work out beautifully. I had mentioned before that I have a little, let me just get to it. See if I'm here, but it doesn't really matter, just to show you. I use Google Chrome, and Google Chrome has something called extensions, as does Microsoft Edge if you're using that. One of the extensions is called Office Online. And this is a pretty cool little thing because it can save a lot of time. And all I have to do is click on it, and it will take me to Office Online. It'll show me the documents I've recently used or one of the apps, and it will open it up online immediately rather than having to go to the Office home. How do I get that? It was actually pretty simple. If you have Chrome, I went to Google and I went to Google Chrome extensions. I did a search, okay, and when I saw the store, I clicked on it. I went to the store. And up here in the Search the Store, I clicked in Microsoft Office. And there it is right there. And notice mine says added, but you'll have over here, you'll have add to Chrome. And if you click on it, it will put it up here. The first time you click on that to open it up, it will ask you for the login, just as you were logging into the network in the morning or your Office 365 site. Okay? But it's a cool little addition. Might save you a little bit of time. It is also available if you are using, and I know not many people use, the Microsoft browser Edge, which is getting better, by the way. But you certainly can get it there too as an extension. I could not find it for Firefox if you are using Firefox, but you can still put it up here, and that's again, we want to save time. Why waste time? Now, today we're going to talk about one of the apps called, all kinds of nasty storms coming in, called Microsoft Word. We gave you a little bit of an introduction yesterday, and what I'd like to do today is show you not how to use it, no, but some of the little things that you can do to personalize it, maybe make it a little bit better, a little bit easier for you, a little bit more to your liking. Okay, because most of these apps can be set up in a way to suit you a little bit better. Okay? Now, as Raj told you yesterday, when you go to Office 365 online, These are all the online apps. And you can work online with Word. And I've just opened, just to show you, this is Office Word Online, okay? And we've gotten a document here, and we mentioned yesterday, the name is up here, and as one of the nice things about it is that whenever you have a Word document and you're working on it online, it's automatically saved. It's almost stroke for stroke, as Raj said, and you don't have to worry about losing it. That's one of the nice things. Okay, so it has many of the options, tools built in, and you can do many of the things that you could do with the full customer installed version. Okay. Now, in fact, what they tried to do to make it even better for you was this. If I am working online in Word and I run into something that a little more technical that I may wish to do that I can't see it on the ribbon up here, notice it says Open in Desktop App. If I were to click on this and click that, it is now opened. It wants me to sign in. Okay, but there it is. Okay, it's right there. But it will open the installed version of your, oh, what's this doing now? Come on, don't do this to me. Okay. All right, you can do the installed version and it will do that, okay? Or you can just save it. By the way, all of these are always saved in your OneDrive online. So you will have everything saved there. Okay. Now, going back to Microsoft, what I'd like to do today is I think that many of you, most of you, probably are using the installed version of Word, the one that's installed onto your computer. And that one is the one that I'd like to show you a little bit more about today, because there are so many good things built into it that you can do, and also some really good things that you can show your students and they can use depending on, and again, on the level. First of all, I think we showed you this before, but Raj said yesterday, and since you have an Office 365 account, you can install Office on, I believe it's 4 other devices. You get a total of 5, and one of them is your school laptop. So you have 4. So basically, if you need to put it on a home device, just get on the device, log in to office.com, log in just like you would at school. It'll bring you here. You do not have to be using a school computer to get into Office 365, and then just click Install Office. It will download a little file. Let's okay. It downloads it there, and you just click here, and it will take, depending on how fast your computer is, 10 to 15 minutes probably to install the whole set of apps. And in addition to installing all of these, it will install one called Publisher, which is also a pretty good one, and I think we have a couple of webinars coming up on it. And if you've not used Publisher, recommend it very highly, and it's a really good one. I use it a lot. Okay, so anyhow, we're now going to take a look at Microsoft Word client version, installed version. Okay, mine may be just a little different from yours when you open it, but everything that I see, you can see. Mine is a little different because I buy a subscription also. I started this many years ago with my brothers and my daughter. So we have our 5 downloads, and it looks a little bit different, but it's not. Basically, this is the same. When you open Word, there are some things that you might want to consider. The first thing that I recommend that you do, if you haven't done, down along the left-hand side, there is a thing called Options. Okay, you may want to take a look at the options. Here are some of the options, and you're going to look at some of them and say, most of them I either don't know anything about or I'm not going to mess with them. That's true. But there are a couple of important options, okay? Now, first of all, the general one, I like it pretty well. I wouldn't mess with it unless you want to put your username, personalize your copy of your Office, and so forth. The display I'm not going to worry about too much, okay? But proofing is kind of important. And there is one really important thing here, okay? As you go through here, most of these will be checked by default. But right here, this one may not be. It says show readability statistics. What does that mean? That means that you can get some valuable information about a piece. Okay, I'll show you that in just a few seconds about that readability statistics. Okay, rather than jump around. Okay, but I recommend that you do have the check readability statistics checked. Okay, now, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. Again, to get there, File, Options, and now notice Save. There are 2 things that I recommend. I'm wanting to be real double safe and so forth. So if you are not saving onto your OneDrive, some of you are still saving it onto your hard drive, and that's okay. That's okay. What I recommend is that you go into your options, go into Save. Notice this says Save Auto Recover Information Every. I think it may, first of all, it may not be checked, and if it's checked, it's probably 10. I set it at 5. And I have it set so that it will save a document. Every 5 minutes, if you walk away and you're not doing anything to that document, it saves it in 5 minutes. What if the power goes out? It is saved. Okay, we'll show you how to recover some of those in a little bit. But that's a good thing too, as well as backing it up onto your OneDrive. And again, some of these other ones, we're going to take a look at the Customize ribbon and the Quick Access toolbar will come up. But I recommend that you go in and do those, at least those readability and the autosave. All right. Now, having done that, let's take a look at this. When you first start, generally this is the screen you see. This is kind of a startup screen. You can actually turn that off if you want to go directly to a blank document. I did that for a while, but then I found out that often I wanted to get a document that I had saved, so I went back to this. Before we do that, let me show you something that will save you a great deal of time and might be great. Have you ever looked up at the top here at these things called templates? There are some great ones here. Great ones. For example, I mean, you can, if you want, get a blank document. Most of us just click on that. But you can set up things. If you want to take a tour of Word, there is a little tutorial built in right there that you can use, and it will help you out to learn a little bit more about Word. But what I'm more interested in is the templates and documents and things that are already created that you can download and use without having to design your own. For example, I just was playing yesterday and I found a couple, and I'll show you how to find more. A thing called a snapshot calendar. Let me just click on this. All right. Now, here is a snapshot calendar. What it is, it's a 1-month calendar that you can adjust for any 1 month. Some of you write out like give assignments for the month, or you hand out, send them home to parents or something like this. Well, let's say you want, okay, September 2019, you hit OK. Okay, to show different dates, okay, now that we've had it, we can Shift, Alt, Enter. Okay, look at this. There it is. In Word, we now have a calendar that you can use right on. You can change the picture, you can change the color, you can put the title in, Welcome Back to School. And it's a calendar that is easily adapted and saved. If you want to change, you save it, and if you want to say have a new date next month, you go here and you go to October. And here's the October one, okay? Really easy. Yes, there are year calendars. Somebody asked me once whether I could find, how shall I put it, a calendar for an entire school year. That was kind of cool. That was a little bit more difficult, okay? If you want like a school calendar running from September to June, I did a Google search and just put, school calendar 2019 to 2020. There are sites out there that will allow you to freely download those documents in Word format, and then you can use those and adapt those if you want. Okay, one other thing, and now I've lost it. Oh no! I hope it pops up. It was here just a second ago because I had it. Oh, darn it. I wanted to show you a one that would be really useful to you. Let's see if I can do it by bringing up. Let me close out my if you would, please. I'm not going to save this. Okay, let me start this again, because sometimes when you start it again, the templates show back up. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, well, we'll have to do it the hard way. Okay, more templates. Here are some more templates. And what I recommend in the templates that you do is go up here. Notice it says education. Click on education. And there'll be lots of them. And let's see if I can find that one real quickly. Oh, no. Well, I downloaded it now. Oh, there it is right here, over here. How many of you use what we call exit tickets? Little messages or notes that you ask your students to write at the end of a class, for example, about what they learned. Look, how did you feel about today's lesson? Boom, boom, boom. Why? Here's one that says, name 3 things you learned, 2 questions you still have, 1 thing that made you say, look at these are kind of cool little things that you can print out. You can print them out in black and white, probably save ink too. Describe today's lesson in 3 to 5 complete lessons. 3 who, what, where, when, why questions. Look at these. Look at these. There's a number of them. And there are 15 pages of these things. And there's some really great ones. You can download it and then save it, print it out. So these are some things that you can get just by going to, File. And then going across the templates. If you want, you can find cards, you can find holidays, you can find certificates, things like that that are already made that you can download and adapt. Notice, most improved player. Most improved player, we download it, change the word player to reader, okay? Things like that. And change it, and then we can have certificates you can print out very easily. Here's a lesson plan calendar. Again, I don't know how you do yours or what you do or so forth, but they might be. But why not, when you have a chance, go in here, search through education, and do it. Hey, here's an interesting little thought that you might want to do if it opens up. Okay, I was going to, I would just wonder that it says it's a report title, but why not take a picture of each student, have the student put the picture there, put his name there, and then maybe have 3 or 4 little questions here. Good way to introduce the students to each other, get to know each other at the beginning of the year. Again, these are some of the templates. I'm going to be clicking out of a lot of these words and restarting Word a lot of times if you don't mind. Okay? But again, wanted to show you that templates can be very, very, very useful, and they're thousands up there, okay, for all of the Office 365 apps. Okay, what else can I do? Let's take a look. How can I make Word, the app, better for me? Notice here, when you start Word, first of all, the first thing that drives me a little crazy is I've been using Word for God knows how many years, and I don't know when, 2010, they switched from Times New Roman as the what we call default font to Calibri, and from a font 12 to font 11. I don't want it. I want Times New Roman 12. Do I have to, every time I open this up, go in and start a new document, go in and do it? No. Here's a way you can set this up so that it will always be Times New Roman 12 or whatever you want. You want Comic Sans? You can do that for the kids. See the little arrow here? Click on that. You're going to get a little window font. Okay. Come down to, oh boy, I'm going to have to find it now. There it is, Times New Roman, regular 12. I'm happy. Down below on the left-hand side, set as default. I'll click on that, and it will ask whether it wants it for this document only or all documents. I'm going to click all documents, and now anytime I open Word, that is the font that will be the default font. That took me a long time to figure that one out. Okay, that drove me nuts. Okay, now the next thing in getting it my way was this. Down below here, we have a little thing. This is called the Quick Access Toolbar, okay? Most of you will probably see it up here. This autosave off, if you see this is the one, again, associated with OneDrive. If you have turned that on, it will automatically save your documents to OneDrive as you're typing. You can talk more about that later, or you can play with that yourself. But the Quick Access Toolbar can contain a number of actions that you do a lot and that you want to get to quickly. Now, I have some here, and I'll show you what they are. And you can have it at the top. For some reason, I don't know why, I keep mine at the bottom. I think it just shows up better. I don't know why. All right. You'll notice that there are a few probably in there already. You can add and subtract to them very easily. This is the save, the old disk that nobody knows what it really is anymore. Undo, redo, and a couple of things that you probably don't have. And it's very easy to adapt this by putting stuff in that you want. And here are a few that you just might want, okay? Let me just get this, let me get a file in here. Okay, good. Oh, notice that it's got the date up there. I will show you that in a minute. Okay, notice they have some things here. Notice if I highlight this, I'm going to highlight some text. You won't be able to hear this, but see this? It's a read aloud, okay? Oh, I clicked out of it, but all right. It says speak selected text. If I do that, okay, and it is reading, and okay, and it will, okay. I have to try to stop this now by clicking here. If you have a document or a story, you could actually have the students listen to it. Raj talked about the immersive reader yesterday, and yes, that can do great things, but this is just a quick way of reading it. How do you get that reader on here? Easily enough. If you click here, here's the quick access toolbar. These are some of the commands I have, and these are some of the ones that, very quick, like, oh, if I want a quick print, for example, I don't know if I have that there. That means all I have to do is click it there. Now, see that? If I click this, it'll print that page very quickly. I don't have to go to File, Print. It might save some time. But if there are more commands that I want to add that are a little bit more not used as much, here is a list of popular commands. They give you some of the popular ones. Okay, here was the quick print. If you want to paste, you could do that. Things like that. If you can't find it, your command there, and by the way, over on the right here are a list of the commands that I have put in there already. You can click on all commands, and now you're going to get a humongous list. Okay, all right. One of the ones that I've added over here that was in here is called an accessibility checker. Okay, I found the read aloud. That's the one that we talked about. View whole page. Most of the time when I'm reading, I don't want to read 2 pages at one time. Sometimes notice how it has pages side by side here. Okay, I don't like that. So I put that in there, and then there's the quick print. But you can go through and add them, and if you don't like them, you can click on them and take them out. Remove. It's that easy. So go in there and customize the ribbon. It's as easy. Customize the quick toolbar. It's easy enough to do. Notice now. Remember, I was telling you here's my 2-page view. I don't like that, so I usually click on the one so I can have a 1-page view. Just a little personal thing. And again, here is this. Somebody, what is this compatibility checker? Okay. Roger mentioned this morning, if you were with us this morning, when we were talking about putting things online. If you're going to publish anything or send it out or whatever, the district is very concerned with something called the American Disabilities Act, and that people will be able to read it properly, so forth and so on. This will go through and double check. Let's just see if this will do this one. See? I clicked on it. It says there are no accessibility issues. People with disabilities should have no difficulty reading this document. And again, reading it, yes. Again, this is a reading thing. Okay? So that is something that you might want to consider as well. All right. Now, we had told you before, and for some reason, where is it? I don't see it. Remember, I had let me do this, show above ribbon. I don't see. Remember we talked about the uh, readability? I don't see it here. I am very surprised that it's not there. The correct, and so forth and so on. And so I would have to go down here. I don't see it. For some reason on this, I'm using a different computer again because, oh boy, I'm going to have to find it. Where is it? Oh dear Lord. I'm going to have to plead. Oh, there it is right there. Check spelling and grammar and add that. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Now that I've done this, this is one that I recommend that you do have. Check spelling and grammar. And thank you for. Okay. It went through. It found some spelling errors, some grammar errors, so forth and so on. Okay. And then, you know, down at the bottom, you know, clarity and so forth. And down at the bottom, well, why is it not doing this? It should be doing, oh boy. Oh, my computer. Okay. And it, you know, it will read it and so forth. 6 remaining issues, all issues, you know, I'm trying to get rid of them. You have to get rid of the issues. And once it does that, it will tell you, and it's not doing it right now because of the issues, and I have a very difficult document there. The readability level right there. So that's the one that will do it. And right now I'm not going to, you know, rather than waste a lot of time and not show it to you. But if you do it, you will see that. Please trust me on that one. And I apologize for not showing it to you. Okay. Quick Access Toolbar is something that you really want to change and get, you know, fix up for yourself. Now, a couple of things that most people never mess with. As you go across at the home button, have you ever messed with these? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is let me highlight some text and just click on various styles. If you're going to put something, say, on a smart board, you might want to just click on some of these and then see which is the best presentation, okay, for you. There are a number of them, and generally over here's a little elevator. If there are any more, you can see them as well. But you can maybe make it look a little nicer. Again, home, and those are some of those little styles that people don't really use. Okay, a couple of little things that you might want to figure out. Let me go down here and just do some typing. Okay, good enough. If you want to change that, but you don't know what font size you want, of course, you know, I'm sure most of you know how these little guys work. The little up makes it bigger. This makes it smaller. This little guy is kind of interesting. It's the small a, big A. Have you ever used that? Let me do this. I'm going to get rid of that and get a nice clean copy of something. Okay. All right. That's, I guess we're going to get that. Okay. Now, just to show you, I know you're probably not going to be able to see that very well. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger for you. Okay. What you can do if you have made mistakes, or for example, say this happens to be, just for the sake of it, this is your title, okay? And you forgot to capitalize. Now, do you want to go through and capitalize every word there? You can capitalize each word. And now, it can save you some time. All right? If you say, oh no, I goofed up, you can go back up here and, excuse me, let me highlight that. And then just select sentence case. And it'll take and just capitalize the first letter. Okay? But that's a little, most people don't know that. You know, if you want it all uppercase, okay, you know, capitalize the toggle case. Don't worry about that. That is confusing. Okay? All right. Now, okay. This is, again, pretty simple. Pretty simple. But you can do that. Now, having done that, we can go way across. I mean, these are the, the margins and so forth and so on, and coloring and shading. There's one thing you got to be real careful with. See this? See this right here, shading? If you pick a color behind a text, it's kind of hard to get out, okay? It kind of stays there. So I often have trouble with that, and then people, well, unless you go back to white, okay? That's your clue. Now, you've written a paper and you've made some errors, okay? Do you use find and replace? Here's how it works. I'm going to use the replace. For example, I want to find Alice, the word Alice, and we're going to change it to, just so you can see it, J-O-E in capital letters. Now I have some choices here. Replace all. Boom. Now, notice every time Alice's name was mentioned in here, it has become Joe. If you make mistakes, if you have students who make the same spelling mistake, they can make their corrections very, very easily by using the replace. If you're not familiar with that, okay? Shift J-O-E, and we're going to go back to Alice. Replace all, or you can do it one at a time if you want. Okay, all right, there we are. Now we have Alice back. Kind of a cool thing, all right? We talked about the dictate yesterday. I believe, and again, you'd have to check and see if it's on your particular installed version. That's been added in the last year or so into Word, and it is really a good one. You can either use this, and what's cool is dictate. You can use it in English and so forth, but there is a dictation over here, and this is what I was kind of impressed with. There's this. If you have this, try this. Click here, from English to where is Spanish? Spanish. Okay? Let's see if this works. It is a rainy day outside. I hope the thunder stops soon. And then up here I'm going to stop. Oh, see? It also picked up, and I'm going to stop. Isn't that impressive? That little dictation thing. You can actually write it. Now, you'll say, yeah, did it really say that? Well, if you've ever seen this, now, up in review, I think it's review, yeah, there's a little thing called translate. Translate, click this, hit translate the section, and hopefully, yeah, see? There it is. Not too bad. These little tools can be used in the classroom. If you have students who, English language learners, it might be useful there. Okay? But again, the dictate over here. Okay. Now, I just want to go through and show you a couple of little quick things. Okay, I need if I may, a blank document. Okay. Insert. All right. I'm going to have to do something for a second, but okay. We know how to insert a blank page. Page break I don't mess with. I've always had trouble with that. Tables, pictures, online pictures. I like the online picture in Microsoft Office because it does use Bing, but again, it does incorporate the Creative Commons, in other words, copyright regulations, and it brings back pictures that can be used freely. And I think that that's a good thing that we should be teaching our students. But as you go through pretty easily, now let me just go here. Let me just go here. Get down here. Okay. I just want to get back here. Where am I? There. All right. One of the things that you in the insert is a thing called a screenshot. Now, screen clipping. If you do this, click this, and you do that, and bloop, bloop. If you have a page, look at that. You can insert something right from your website. So if you're on a web page and you see a picture that you want to put in Word, you can do it really quickly by using that screenshot. Very, very simple. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going through, I've got a lot of stuff that I'd like to do. I'm going to delete that. Maybe I'm going to delete it. Cut. Okay. Going across, you ever see add-ins? What are add-ins? Add-ins are apps, tools, little things that you can add into Word from other companies, so to speak. Some of them may require additional purchase, so I don't really go through a lot of them, but there are one or two that I kind of liked. Okay? Now, to do this, I goofed again. I need Alice in Wonderland back. Okay. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm not going to get it. Okay, there it is. Okay, now, these add-ins is like I said, you can go here and suggested for you. There are a number of them. Two that I like, and once you do get them, they go into my add-ins, or sometimes they'll end up over here on the right-hand side, and sometimes they're just here. Okay? My problem is I'm using a computer that does not have the add-ins that were on the other computer that crashed this morning. But one of them is Wikipedia. And if you just click on this add-in, it's an extra add-in. I just added it in. And you can, oh my goodness, it's, what? I don't know what that is. Is it talking to me? Okay, I want to know. Okay, if I were to type in Niagara Falls, look at this. Okay, if students were doing some research, they could, let me just get down here now because I'm not going to be showing the other one. You could highlight some stuff and add it in, and then push the plus. And it's supposed to be, where did it put it? It put it in here somewhere. But it adds it into the document. So that's pretty cool. Now, going across, the one add-in, and again, that I really liked was it was a cloud creating thing, those word cloud pictures, documents, images. There's one that you can add in here, and I'll put that up there for you so you can see it when we put up the video. But one thing that I like you can also do you, let me get rid of this, do you use YouTube videos and you try to remember the name of them and so forth and so on? Why not do this? Get a new blank document and call it, say, let's call it science. You can store SEIEN videos. Okay. And you can actually store your videos kind of on a Word document. What do I mean by that? Okay, insert, online video. If you click here, oh man, don't even tell me we're going to, what is going on here? This is crazy. I apologize. Let me cancel everything out here. And I don't know why I did this several times. And it works, believe me. I do it all the time. This is how I save my videos. Let me get rid of all of this stuff. Maybe it's because I have too many words going. Let's see if this will. No. That is very strange. Something is wrong here. One more time. What happens is if you go here, you can search for, it'll allow you to search for a topic or a specific video. It'll take you to YouTube. All you do is click on it. It'll put a link right there. It actually puts a picture of the video, and then you can use it. Again, I don't know why that's not working. It does work on my other computer, and it was working on this one yesterday. So I do apologize for that. I'm confused. I'm going to work on that. Again, let me just get something in here. Okay. Okay, just real quickly. I'm very upset at this thing right now. I don't know if you remember how far back you go, but I go back a long way to a thing called WordArt that was a lot different than this. But you can even fancy things up by using WordArt, okay? And once you've done that, if you highlight this, you can then, notice it says shape format. If it's not open, open this up. You can go in and, color things. You can do all sorts of things. You can put in some text effects. Oh, let's put in where's the shadow? Oh, we'll put in a little bit of a shadow there, see? If you want to, you can get really fancy when you're doing your Word documents. Make them look a little bit differently, too. So again, this is a WordArt. Hey, the last thing, boy, we're running out of time quickly. The one thing that I do want to show you, and I'm going to close this off and start off with a brand new one. This will be good for upper levels, and think that the lower levels could adapt this. Under a thing called references that most of us probably don't use, and I didn't use it very much until just recently, is a great tool. It's called the Researcher. When people are doing research, maybe you have to do one if you're taking college classes. First of all, what style are you going to use? Okay, many people use the MLA, so I'm just going to set the MLA, okay? That's it. All right, insert citation, okay, all right, okay. Now, this is a cool tool. Click on there. Start here. Let's research Niagara Falls. Okay. And this is find sources. Okay. We can go to all. We can go to websites. We can go to journals. Okay. Let's just, hopefully I can get there pretty quickly. Some of these take a little time because of the way it gets there. Okay, that's pretty cool. And we can come down here. Oh, that's okay there. All right. All righty. Here's some data about Niagara Falls. I'm just going to copy something, okay? Okay, and you do that. Notice it says add and cite or just add. Now, if I hit add and cite, notice it adds it, and there's the citation. Notice it says bibliography. If I don't want bibliography, I can go in and call it a works cited and then take this one out, okay? All right? But look, can you imagine how easy this would make research for students? Okay, if we can go back here. Come on, find sources. Oh boy. Okay. Come on. Now, if you click on pictures sometimes this gets a little, see images, you can insert images as well. Let's see if it'll do it for me. And sometimes it just puts in a link to it. Okay, let me just try it again. Oh, no, that's it. There it goes. Okay. All right, put in 2 this time. Okay. But again, and not only that, it puts in the citation, which is good for students. So again, you want students to be able to cite their sources, and that's one of the things that we really, really do. Okay, now, roaming along, like I said, this is probably the least organized class that I've ever done, but there are a couple more things I'd like to show you here that are built in. When you're doing research, and again, this is just a very basic, because we're running out of time, introduction, but go there, go to references, go to researcher, change it around, try it, mess around with it. You'll see some really, really good uses of it. Obviously, it's not cleaned up. But one other thing is this, maybe you brought in some information and the student starts to read it and doesn't know, canal, what is a canal? All right, right click on that. Now, down below is a thing called Smart Lookup. If you click on that, it will bring you information about the word canal. It tells you it. It'll pronounce the word for you. It will, give you some information in Wikipedia, on the web. Oh, that one's in another language. Interesting. Some pictures. Interesting. Water. Oh, okay. Smart Lookup. I have the in there. I wonder what it's going to do with the water. Yeah. It picked up water. Okay. I actually picked up the water engine too. But anyhow, did you know that existed? I mean, if you just wanted to change a word, you could just go to bigger, right click, and then hit synonyms. Oh, larger. How easy is that? And again, that is how some students try to avoid copyright and plagiarism. They go in and copy paste something and go in and change some of the synonyms to other words and so forth. Now let's just see something. American Falls, Smart Lookup. Let's see how good this is. Oh boy, it got me. Look at that. Pretty good. Those are some of the things, again, that you can do with Word. Some other, it's a little bit different. One of the things also, that really would like to show you, but this is part of Excel that I was going to do. We have an Excel thing coming up, and if you're interested in what we call mail merges, by that I mean you want to send the same letter to 50 different people, but you want it to be personalized. In other words, Dear Joe, Dear Sam, the same letter. How you can get your computer to do that very, very, very easily. Basically, you do need the use of Word here with the mail merge and Excel. And that will be, I think, I'm not sure if that's next week or the week after, but that is one that really comes in helpfully. Again, just to give you an example, kind of a preview, and hopefully you maybe want to join. If you're making certificates, my daughter owns a dance center and needs to print out 150 or 160 certificates, individualized names every year. Takes me about 10 minutes. Well, once I design the certificate, set it up in about 10 minutes and let the computer do all the work. Print them out, and each one comes out with the dancer's name on it. So you can do that too. Those are some of the other things. So anyhow, there are a lot of things that you can do with Microsoft Word, and what really bugs me is the fact that I still can't insert. Why is it not allowing me to insert an online video? See, find sources, yeah. One more try. There it is. Okay, it's working. Thank you. Okay, search YouTube. Okay, Sir Ken Robinson. If you don't know who he is, by all means go. Okay. Oh, this is the video. Do schools key? I like that one. I want to save that. I hit insert. There it is. It's on the Word page. And all you need to do is, when you open up your document, click on this. And I'm not going to do that now because of the fact we have the webinar running and so forth and so on. It will go to YouTube and follow that link and begin the video. And you can put a whole bunch of videos here. If you had like 4 or 5 science videos that you wanted to show, you could just put them on one page, and all you have to do is click, then go to the next one, click. Save you some time. You won't have to go in and do the URLs or have anything else set up beforehand. All you need to do is go in and insert those videos into your document. Okay, well, thank you for putting up with that. I don't know if there are any words or questions or anything because, like I say, Roger hasn't been here, and I was hoping he would join us. But if you do have any questions or concerns, anything at all, please let us know. Glad to help you out as much as we can. Hopefully got an idea or two for using Word a little bit more. And in an hour or so, there will be a thank you note with a little survey. Please, take probably 30 seconds or a minute to attend to that and get that handed in for us. It helps us out, and then we will make sure that we send in the results to the Teacher Resource Center and get you your credit. So if there are no other questions, we're going to say thank you and hope to see you next week. Have a nice weekend. I think the weather's supposed to be nice. Oh, a little commercial, if I might. The Lewiston Art Festival is this weekend. It's a great walk. The weather's supposed to be great. We hope to see you down here. And if you do stop by, say hello if I'm at the information booth. Glad to talk to you. And with that, have a good afternoon, everybody.